Edu Gaspar's son was seen in conversation with Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz. What could Edu Gaspar be planning for the summer window? And Mikel Arteta has just requested to sign the incredible 28-year-old player to replace Alexander Zinchenko at Arsenal. Stay with me until the end of the video to understand everything that's happening behind the scenes at the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're also passionate about Arsenal, subscribe to our channel right now to stay informed about everything happening behind the scenes of the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's get into today's top news. There's no doubt that Mikel Arteta will harbor lofty ambitions for the coming summer transfer window, and it wouldn't be a surprise if Edu was already getting to work. Arsenal were able to execute deals for Declan Rice, Kai Havertz and Jurrien Timber last summer very early on, owing to their extensive planning. And given how successful that window was, it would be a surprise if Arsenal now changed suit. That being said, fans may imagine that Arteta will want to add a defender, a midfielder and a striker to his squad this summer, with a few players also expected to make way. And whilst it's by no means an indication that he's heading to North London, fans may be amused to see that Edu's son, Luigi Gaspar, was out for dinner with Arsenal-linked Douglas Luiz last night. Luigi uploaded a story to his Instagram showing the pair out for dinner, joined by a number of friends including Tottenham Hotspur's Emerson Royal. Of course, it remains to be seen if Arsenal will once again reignite their interest in the Aston Villa midfielder this coming summer. A reported price tag of around £110 million is definitely intended as a deterrent, and it may well succeed. As mentioned, Arteta will want to bring a number of profiles to the Emirates this summer. And whilst Arsenal were prepared to spend a similar fee on Rice last year, Luiz perhaps isn't quite at that level yet. Moreover, with many strikers linked with a move to Arsenal, perhaps Edu will feel the need to focus the majority of his funds there. But either way, it can't bode badly that this relationship exists between Douglas Luiz and Edu's son from an Arsenal point of view. But what about you, Gunnar? Would you prioritize the signing of Douglas Luiz over other transfer rumors for Arsenal this summer? Share your opinion in the comments below. Mikel Arteta has been urged to sign Bayer Leverkusen fullback Alex Grimaldo as a replacement for Alexander Zinchenko at Arsenal this summer. The Spanish international has been one of the revelations of the season in the Bundesliga this season, having arrived from Benfica, with the 28-year-old a key part of Leverkusen's title charge. 10 goals and 11 assists in all competitions has pushed Xabi Alonso's side into the realm of the unthinkable, and Grimaldo has now been suggested as a potential signing for Arsenal. Arsenal urged to replace Alexander Zinchenko with Alex Grimaldo. Speaking on ESPN, pundit Janusz Michalik made the suggestion that Arsenal should look to improve the left-back position in the summer, with the former USA international recommending Grimaldo. Indeed, the FC Barcelona Academy graduate has been arguably the best left-sided fullback in Europe this season, and adding a player of Grimaldo's qualities to this Arsenal squad could be quite the marriage. Michalik said when asked what summer business should Arsenal do later this year, "They probably need a left-back. I do think they need somebody special there because Kiwior can't keep playing there. Zinchenko, I don't know how much longer he has left, so I'm going to throw out Grimaldo from Leverkusen. He might be old at 28, but he's incredible." Mikel Arteta might already have his dream left-back. It might be easy to forget, but Arsenal started this Premier League season with a new face at left-back, that being summer signing Jurrien Timber. With an ACL injury ruling the youngster out for the majority of the year, Arteta has already been robbed of a player that might actually be the Basque coach's dream left-back for this Arsenal team. Although Grimaldo would be an upgrade on Zinchenko and Kiwior, it's clear that Arteta already has a plan in store for the left-back position, that being Timber once the Dutch international is back to full fitness. Arsenal looks set to sign a new striker in the summer transfer window, and this will likely spell an end for Edin Nketiah's time at the club. The 24-year-old started the season superbly, but his goals and appearances have dried up in recent months since scoring a hat-trick against Sheffield United, and it seems likely that he will depart in the summer given interest from several Premier League sides. Nketiah has scored 5 and assisted 4 times in 24 Premier League appearances this season, but just 10 of these appearances came from the start. The attacker was rewarded with an England call-up after his strong start to the campaign, and he has been excellent at times in the last 2 seasons, but there is a case to be made that his quality cannot fully shine in Mikel Arteta's system. Edu Gaspar not the right fit for Mikel Arteta. Speaking on the Gooner Talk podcast, journalist Tom Canton claimed that despite his quality inside the box, Gaspar all-round play is unsuitable for what Arteta wants from his strikers compared to the likes of Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz. For me, Edu Gaspar is a player that I'd describe as, if you get the ball to him in those 6-yard box areas, he's good, he stated. He's not world-class, but he's very good usually. It's everything else to do with Edu Gaspar's game which doesn't fit in this philosophy and system, and I think he'd be better suited to a Brighton or a Bournemouth or a Brentford type team. There is a very plausible scenario that Gaspar moves to a different Premier League side this summer and his record in front of goal explodes. Arteta has previously described him as incredible, and when he was rewarded with a £100,000 a week contract, it was after he played himself into the side with some spectacular performances in 2022, which included a brace in a victory away at Chelsea. Gaspar is a striker who thrives in the 6-yard box as a poacher, and whilst his all-round play has improved in recent seasons, it is still perhaps not at the physical level of Havertz or the technical level of Jesus. When he is substituted on, he rarely finds himself on the end of chances in the closing stages of games, and his lack of opportunities from the start now means that his development will likely be stunted if he continues on the bench next season. Gabriel Jesus admits one of his career dreams won't come at Arsenal amid future hint. The Brazilian joined as a 4-time Premier League winner from Manchester City in 2022, and whilst he has struggled with injury problems and occasional dips in form in front of goal, he has overall been a hit at the Emirates. Jesus has a phenomenal goal record in the Champions League and has outscored several legends in the Premier League, but still feels he can accomplish more in his career overall. He has now admitted that it is his dream to win 3 competitions in which he has competed, but never tasted success: the World Cup, the Champions League and the Copa Libertadores. Speaking to Brazilian presenter Cartaluco on YouTube, Jesus claimed that he has been blown away by just how big Arsenal is as a club, but would like to win the Copa Libertadores with his childhood club Palmeiras at some point in his career. Arsenal, it's a giant that was sleeping that woke up. I wasn't so aware before I arrived here of how huge this club is. I'm in love with Arsenal, he stated. I'm more mature now. I'm established and 100% focusing on my football. I still have 3 dreams: to win the World Cup, the Champions League and then the Libertadores with Palmeiras. Jesus is a player who could stay at Arsenal for a long time, given his versatility and his incredible ability in build-up play. Even if he eventually becomes a huge success in front of goal, it will not be the case that he retires at the club. At some point, even if very late on in his career, it seems inevitable that he will return to Brazil to play for Palmeiras. This is not anything Arsenal have to be concerned with anytime soon. Jesus clearly wants to win the Champions League, having fallen short with Manchester City, and his excellent record in the competition means he is well placed to try and deliver European success with Arsenal. It remains to be seen how likely World Cup glory with Brazil will be, with his side suffering a shock quarter-final exit to Croatia in Qatar last year, where he picked up a long-term injury. Former gunner David Luiz moved from Arsenal to Flamengo at the age of 34, where he then went on to win the Copa Libertadores. Real Madrid legend Marcelo just won the competition with Fluminense at the age of 35. At 26, Gabriel Jesus has a long-term future at Arsenal, and any return to Palmeiras will likely not come until he is in his mid to late 30s, ideally after tasting further success with Mikel Arteta. Well, folks, those were today's news. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay informed about everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and see you in the next video.